Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Mississippi Farm Bureau Weekly Press Conference. Football's coming off a 47-45 quadruple overtime loss at North Greenville on Saturday. A little fun fact, since 2017, football has played 7 overtimes with North Greenville. Coming off away game at North Greenville, and we'll rest up this week for bye week as we get ready to face off against number 3 Valdosta for homecoming on Saturday, November 9th. And with that being said, we'll bring up Coach Cooley.
Appreciate everybody being here today. That's a little different. Obviously, disappointing. That was a unbelievable game. Felt like someone takes your heart out of your chest and stomps on it right in front of you. It's kind of how you feel when it's over. Hats off to North Greenville, Coach Farrington and his team. They did a good job, and they made more plays than we made. I thought our kids played extremely hard. I thought we showed a lot of resiliency, to come back and to keep coming back. We settled for too many field goals in the second half when we needed touchdowns. And we didn't make the plays defensively that we're accustomed to making. That didn't happen on Saturday. And really proud of the fight. We're a beat-up football team right now. We're a tired football team right now. We've got to try to get everybody back healthy this week. We need an open week. We got one. And, we need to get them all back because we got a tough challenge ahead. But I was really proud of how we just kept playing. We hung in there and we didn't give up. And saw some kids at the end of the game and just as distraught as I was, and that was good to see. It was good to see this team put themselves out there like that and fight so hard for something that just didn't get it done. So I got to do a better job coaching them, and I'm going to try to get some things corrected. And I got to do a better job, and it starts with me, and we got to put ourselves in a better situation. We should have won that. I felt like that was a game we should have won, and it hurts. But like I said, not taking anything away from North Greenville, thought they did a good job, and Coach Farrington's a class act, and they got us. So that being said, I'll answer what you got.
Looking at the game statistically, y'all had the edge on them in a lot of different categories. But early on, there was a lot of big plays that North Greenville made to score touchdowns. Just talk about kind of North Greenville's offense there and what as far as how y'all were defensively at that time in the game early in the first half.
I just think they made more plays than we did. We kind of overran a couple of things. We had a couple times we had a couple of guys in the same gap. Can't do that. But they got a good offense. They were healthy. Had their full complement of receivers finally back healthy. I know Coach Farrington's been struggling with that some this year, but they were back healthy and they played well. And quarterback's a good player, and freshman running back's a really good player, and they made some plays on us. And big turning point in the game. I felt like I think they're up maybe 21-14 first half, and we've got a 3rd and 1. We get the first down. They mark it short, and we got a 4th and 1. We get that first down by probably a yard and a half. They come in, mark it short. I challenge it, which, we're all sitting here like, well, we got instant replay, but really we don't in Division II football because we've got 2 angles filmed by students, and half the time you can't see anything, but anyway. So that turned around, and then we stop them after that, and then we get a 15-yard penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct. We did it. It was wrong. We got to be more disciplined than that. And they end up scoring to make it a 2-score game. So that was a big turn of events right there. It's a 14-point swing right there. Because when we got the 4th and 1, it was like on a 29-yard line, I believe, going in. So we take that down and get points there, but instead it's a 14-point swing. And then we were able to get a 2-minute drive right before half and make it a 1-score game. But that was a big turning point in my opinion, that one. And then the drive before the last 2-minute drive, we had some momentum going there, and that drive ended on a 4th and 20 after we gave up a sack. That was kind of a crucial 4th down there too. I thought it was 2 big 4th downs where we had the football that kind of got I think would have made a difference in that football game. But it comes down. You can look at every play when it comes in a game like that. But and if I'd have known, we scored with 12 seconds left. Cole Kirk scores on a 2-minute drill. We have no timeouts. We go 78 yards, something like that, in 50 seconds. No timeouts. It was a minute 2. We scored with 12 left, and then we have a lightning delay, which ended up being an hour or so. I wish I'd have known that was coming. I probably would have went for 2 right there. Would we have gotten it? I don't know. But we had a lot of momentum right there, and then all of a sudden we kicked the extra point. And they say, hey, we're going to lightning delay, but whatever. So, I don't know. It's tough. We did not play our best football, and that's what's bothering me. We got to be playing our best football. We didn't play our best football Saturday, and we hung in there, and we fought hard, and we just came up short. And it's been a tough couple days. So, what other questions?
I was just curious, Coach, to know how even tough is it to stomach, touched on the fact that you had what appeared to be, from your observation, a first down.
Oh, it was a first down.
Okay, but when the refs
It's very hard to stomach. It's very hard to stomach. I mean, it's pretty rough. I mean, it's I don't know. Hey, it's the job I chose. It's the career path we chose, But you take your team 10 hours across the country for the 3rd time, would have been the 4th time we went to the Carolinas, but Erskine got canceled. You take them over there for the 3rd time, and stuff like that happens, and it just makes you question sometimes your sanity. Like, why are you doing this, But then you see a kid at the end of the game who you thought you were hoping, man, I hope it means something to him. I hope this football means something to him. And he loses a game like that, and he's bawling his eyes out, And hey, it matters. We reached him. He cares about winning and losing. He's going to be a better father because of that. So you just keep doing what you do. You keep coaching, and then you get home at 4:15 in the morning, and every kid comes off the bus, and they get their bags in, they put all their stuff up, and they clean the locker room up, and then they go back on the buses, and they clean the buses off for the bus drivers because they've still got to take them back to Columbus, Mississippi, because that's where our bus company's from. And then you walk out, and the locker room's where it's supposed to look like, and I walk out last, and the laundry's getting done, and you're like, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. So it's just little things like that keep you going, But it's tough to stomach, to answer your question, when sometimes you feel like you're putting your livelihood in the hands of others. It's tough. But that's what all coaches know happens every Saturday across the country. And we still sign up for it anyway because we love what we do. So.
And pressing forward, Coach, I know you got 2 games left in the season. Do you still have playoff hopes based on maybe some other circumstances? circumstances outside of?
Yeah, I mean, we just don't control our own destiny. Yeah, we could still there's ways we could still possibly get in, but you got to win out. We knew that. That's why this one hurt so bad. You know, you got to win out, and you got to get some help from some other people. And things have to fall a certain way. But I know our strength of schedule is rated as the toughest in the southeastern region. We schedule tough, you know, we always do. But hey, it is what it is, and we didn't get it done on Saturday. We could sit there and say it was this play, but it was a collection of a lot of things when you know that could have went wrong. I mean, heck, man, I don't know. There's so many plays, you know, so many miss a tackle here, miss a ball here, you know, things like that. I mean, it's just games like that, man. It's they're tough. They're tough, but to just be in the overtime with all that we went through was, to me, says a lot about our football team. But what I'm still hurting is I feel like I just didn't get them across the finish line to finish that thing, and that's what's just killing me right now. But man, proud of our kids, proud of our team, proud of how they handled it. You know, it's proud of how they handled it. You know, I thought they represented the university well in adverse situations over there. That we had some good fans that came. That was awesome to see. They were loud, and they were behind us through the rain, through the lightning delay, everything, and that was great. So we'll bounce back. We're gonna figure it out. You know, nobody feels sorry for Delta State. I mean, we've had a good run here lately, and we still know how to win football games. We're gonna be okay. We just got to get this team back and get over this one and get back healthy, and because we know we're playing a better football team here in a couple weeks. So probably the best team we played all year. So they're ranked, what'd you say, 3? It could be number 1, as far as I know by today. But they look like number 1 to me. So be a good challenge. Should be a big homecoming crowd. We got a lot to look forward to. So
When you have an open week like this, what are things that y'all focus on in practice?
I don't even know if we're going to practice. We're beat to hell. We're beat up. We are beat up. So we got guys out left and right now. I don't know. We got to get healthy. We got to get – man, you got to understand, these guys have been here since July. Okay? They haven't had an open week. We say, well, you didn't play Erskine. We practiced. We were on the bus going to Erskine. We treat that just like a game. So, yeah, we got a day off that Friday afternoon and that Saturday, but we didn't get a week off. I mean, these guys, the travel, the physicality of our last 3 football games, I mean, we just went through a pretty good gauntlet right there. You know, you go West Florida, West Isle, North Greenville, and 2 of those 3 on the road. It's a lot. So I don't know what we'll do yet. We got to reevaluate. I know one thing, they're off today, and they're probably going to be off again tomorrow. And they need it. So we got midterms. We got to focus on – we just got our midterm grades in. We got to focus on some of those things. So I don't know yet. I don't know if we'll practice or not. But we'll figure it out. Anything else? I really appreciate y'all each and every week. Go Statesman.
Thank you, Coach Cooley. As Coach Jackman makes his way up to the podium, men's soccer's coming off a most recently a 1-1 draw with Trevecca yesterday on Sunday, and then a 0-0 tie against Lee on Friday. They're getting ready for soccer doubleheader, men's and women's soccer on Friday at Delta Field against Auburn Montgomery. And then senior day on Sunday for the men is against Montevallo. So with that being said, we'll bring up Coach Austin Jackman.
Thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate it. Yeah. Like I said last week, tough road trip this week, going away to Lee. Was a really good side, better than their record shows, and then a tough battle on Sunday. Was really proud of the guys Friday night. Mason had an unreal game. I think he had 6 or 7 saves. kept us in it. And a couple of decisions didn't go our way. Probably had a penalty with about 15 minutes to go in the game. Ref decided to call it outside the box. That was his decision. And then Sunday, created plenty of chances. Could have been 2-3-0, 4-0 at halftime. Didn't take those chances, and it ends up being a 1-1 draw. So with that being said, I'll open it up for questions.
Right now, just skimming through the NCAA site, I think y'all are tied for first in the nation in tie. And at this stage, of course, y'all were kind of tied for ninth last week. Y'all were still there this week.
Yeah,
I know
table didn't change.
things didn't change. In two games like this where it's kind of a mixed bag. One y'all could have lost and got the tie, and one y'all could have won and got the tie. What's kind of the gauntlet of emotions for the team right now?
That's a really good question. I'm pretty beat up about yesterday. That was a great opportunity. But I think like bigger picture with this program overall, I think years past, all these ties don't end up as ties. I think even some of the seniors can tell you that. They probably end up in losses. So big picture, that's progress. Now, in no way am I saying ties are fine, right? We want to win and compete for championships here. But I think this group is finally of the mindset of, hey, we're going to compete for championships, because I saw it this weekend, how bummed they were on the road, not satisfied with just 2 draws, whereas in years past, I think that would have been fine. So big picture, we're moving in the right direction. Short term, it's a little frustrating with all these ties, but we're building something that's sustainable for the future. So.
Looking at the work, Mason did over the weekend. Of course, 7 saves against Lee, and then another 3 or 4 against Trevecca. Y'all had the lead there for a bit, but overall, just throughout the whole weekend, talk about his mindset this weekend on the road.
Yeah, he's been unbelievably good for us this year and kept us in a lot of games. And it's funny you asked that, because I've told him the last 2 weekends he's been really good, and all he says is, I'm doing my job, coach. And that's pretty much that. So just like I said, just really good from him this year, and he's made a huge jump from last year to this year, and I just want to continue to see him do well. So.
And it's just moving forward, y'all got 2 games at home this weekend. Just talk about those, because again, right now there's a lot of spots still available to be had in that conference tournament.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenarios. It's not completely in our hands, but a lot of it is. We know what we're going to get with AUM. Just a physical, direct team, and if you aren't up for it, it could be 2-3-0 in the first 10-15 minutes. So we know what to expect there, and then all the play for Sunday, which has kind of been the theme the last couple of years with Montevallo. Had to beat them last year. The year prior to that, I think the group had to beat them to make the tournament. So just 2 massive games. We'll get after it on the training field tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And lots of finishing this week to see who can put the ball in the back of the net.
Of course, soccer in the Gulf South Conference, as we kind of talked about last week, very, very physical right now. How are you injury-wise? Are the guys pretty beat up at this moment?
Actually, not too bad. That's something my staff and I kind of keep tabs on, is just how guys feel and load management and all that stuff. Like I said last week, this time of year, we're not training any longer than an hour 15. But I know tomorrow at training they'll be a little sore with the road trip and 2 games in 3 days, so we'll tone it back a little bit tomorrow, and then Wednesday we'll get after it, and Thursday prepare. So.
just in terms of the urgency, do you have that mental approach right now going into these last two games, knowing that whatever the scenarios may be, still
It's a lot.
yeah, you still have to play with a sense of urgency. You can't just depend on what somebody else does in order for it to extend your season.
Yeah, we met in the locker room last night at I think 12:30, 12:45 when we got back. And like the group knows our backs against the wall. But I wouldn't pick another group to have our backs against the wall with. We've proven it the last year and a half I've been here. We play our best football when our backs are against the wall. So I don't really expect anything less this weekend.
And so do you use that like as a reference point, what happened last year in terms of coming down the stretch of this year?
Yeah, we've been there before. Every game matters, especially this time of year. And like I said, backs against the wall. I'll take this group over any group in the country with our backs against the wall, because they're gonna fight for each other and run through a brick wall for themselves and then teammates and then coaching staff. So that's all you can ask for this time of year.
Do you lose much sleep during you like
If you would have watched our game yesterday, I'm not gonna go bald. I'm just gonna pull my hair out from some of the chances we missed. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, I get to make a living coaching a game and a sport. So life could be a lot worse. Put it that way. Appreciate your time today, guys. Thank you, and go Statesman.
Thank you, Coach Jackman. As Coach Chloe Kane makes her way up to the podium, recap this weekend for the Lady Statesmen. Suffered a 2-0 loss at Lee on Friday, but bounced back for a crucial 1-0 win at Trevecca on Sunday. And again, a soccer doubleheader coming up this Friday. The women will play at 1 against Auburn Montgomery, and then Valdosta at 12 p.m. on Sunday. And again, that's senior day. So with that being said, we'll bring up Coach Chloe Kane.
Yeah, good afternoon. Bit of a mixed weekend for us. Obviously, Friday we go to Lee and we play against a really good team. And, ultimately for me, I think Lee's quality showed. And, especially in the second half, they were able to get a 2-0 win. And, I think lessons learned and, stuff to take into Sunday's game. And we knew going into yesterday's game that it was huge. I don't think, if you think on Friday, I don't think the results could have gone worse for us. We lost, and then every other team that we kind of needed to help us out, that kind of all went against us too. So we knew going into yesterday's game that there was only one thing that we needed, and that was 3 points. And, credit to the girls for, starting really well and getting a goal within the first 15 or so minutes, and then ultimately ending the game really well and being solid. I mean, it wasn't always the prettiest, but we got over the line, and sometimes that's what you have to do on the road. So really, really pleased with that, and hopefully momentum we can take into a huge final week of conference. So
That first game against Lee, even though 2-0 game, just kind of looking at the numbers, looked like y'all had a few chances to score there. But coming back on Sunday, I noticed Bailey got 3 saves, Olivia got 3
Yep.
saves, and there was a save credited to the team. How much was it? How much as a coach how good was it as a coach to see those girls, particularly defensively, play with a sense of urgency, particularly after losing on Friday?
yeah, I think on Friday's game we probably created our own problems a little bit. With when you look at both goals we conceded, it's areas where, we spoke about going into the game, and it just shows that, against quality opponents, if you give them those moments and those opportunities, they'll take them. So we kind of, we caused our own trouble on Friday. So I think, that hurts, and especially when you look at our defensive players. They're all experienced for the most part. I think besides Angie, who's a freshman, everyone's experienced players back there. And, I think they have to lean into that experience and help us get through games. And obviously in yesterday's game, I thought Liv, had a fantastic first half, and very unfortunate, that she gets hurt pretty early in the second half. But, that's where we're really lucky. I've spoke about it many times this fall, is that we're lucky that we have a lot of quality in the goalkeeping position. And, credit to Bailey, she comes in with 35 minutes left and helps us get over the line. So, yeah, obviously unfortunate situation. We don't want to see anyone getting hurt. But, I think in the circumstances, I think everybody handled that as well as we could.
What's Olivia's chances of being back out there this week?
We'll see. Right now, we're just kind of monitoring some concussion stuff, and obviously for me, an area that we don't really want to take any chances in. So we'll have some conversations this afternoon and see how she's feeling. But I think with head injuries and stuff like that, for me, it's not really an area that I want to take too many chances in. So, yeah, keeping everything crossed for Liv and for the team that she's healthy and good to go come this weekend.
Now, looking at the standings, of course, the loss on Friday didn't help.
Yeah.
Probably hurt at that moment, but y'all get 3 points. And looking at the standings this week as compared to last week, it looked like that win on Sunday kind of moved you up a little bit. Just now, talk about as far as earlier in the year, y'all were getting some ties, and it looks like some of those ties are finally turning into wins right now.
Yeah. I think earlier in the season, those ties were getting frustrating, and it was getting to a point, like, when are we going to start picking up 3 points and finishing out games? And yeah, I think it's credit to the players to just being able to see out those games. Last weekend against West Isle, and then obviously this weekend and yesterday against Trevecca. And both of those games, crucial 6 points from those games. Without those 6 points, we probably wouldn't be in kind of the nice position that we are in now. It's all in our hands, and yeah, we just need to get the business done on Friday.
And as far as this weekend, y'all have AUM and Valdosta this weekend. Just talk about those two games.
Yeah, I think AUM, not a team for me that we take lightly in any way. I think when you look at their results, it probably suggests that they've not had that much of a great season. But in games where we've more so been scouting other opponents, like I see like the hard work that they're putting in. They're not a team that's easy to break down and just go and walk all over. So we know that that's going to be a tough game. We know that they're going to be fighting really hard. It's kind of last chance saloon for them. If they want to make the tournament, they need 6 points this weekend. And I think for them, they're peaking at the right time. Obviously, a huge win for them when they beat Valdosta last weekend, and then obviously they pick up another win on Friday against CBU, scoring with 20 seconds left in the game. Like, for me, that's a team that knows how to grind out results and knows what it feels like to win those games when they need to. So yeah, for me, it's definitely not a game that we can take lightly. And yeah, we have to bring our A game and focus, desire, and all those kind of good things to allow us to execute and ultimately do what we want to do.
As far as like scoring chances, y'all seem looked like y'all did a pretty decent job at getting some scoring chances against Lee. Then yesterday, how much of a is there any type of adjustment y'all can make at this point to get some of those in the net?
Yeah, I think it's composure and just composure. But I think honestly, in the last 2 to 3 weeks, we have found a bit more of a rhythm and a routine and kind of a style and a way that we want to score. And it's good to see our wide players playing with more confidence, because when they're confident, it allows us to create, and it allows us to create opportunities. So yeah, probably lacking a little bit of composure right now. And I think on Friday we had a really good chance to pull one back in that game, and yeah, we didn't quite take it. So I think it's comes down to composure and yeah, in that critical moment, can we do what we need to do?
In terms of your record at home right now compared to your record on the road, 3 road wins compared to 1 home win, you had to maybe pinpoint the reason behind that. Why do you think that is the case?
We've played more games on the road, but no, I think, yeah, it's tough to kind of pinpoint an exact moment. Again, it probably comes back to composure in front of goal. I think Huntsville and, that weekend, that should have been a 2-game weekend for me. And yeah, we're just not able to see out that game, but obviously we bounced back against West Al and we are able to see out that game. I think, besides the Clayton State game, we're also not losing at home either. So I don't think this is an easy place for teams to come. We haven't lost here in conference. And yeah, I think it's finding ways to get it done. It's all well and good tying points and avoiding defeat, but ultimately we want to win games. So yeah, finding ways to get that done, and yeah, on both sides and in all phases of the game. How can we be better? How can we execute and ultimately achieve what we want to achieve?
And I've also heard perhaps a thought of reason behind some teams playing better on the road, the fact that you do a little bit more bonding on the road than you do more so at home, and everybody's kind of sleeping in their own beds and kind of going their own way. Is there any truth to that you buy into?
Yeah, I think definitely we're able to kind of control and manage our environment a little bit more. We're able to control what they're eating, what time they're in their rooms, and when we're here in Cleveland, we don't always have that kind of control. And obviously, it's tough for us right now because we don't travel, everyone, and every time we go on the road, that's a tough feeling for me, knowing that we're leaving girls behind. But right from the start of this season, this team has been very well bonded, very well connected, and obviously now when we're going on the road, you see that. And yeah, I think for the players, it's special times when they're able to travel with each other, and I think years down the line, they're kind of the moments that the players will look back on. So for me, I'm hoping that they're enjoying those trips, beyond just the soccer side, but then also allowing us to get done what we need to get done on the soccer side too.
Do you do a lot of scoreboard watching Fridays and Sundays just to see what everybody else is doing, especially these last 2 games coming up?
Yeah, in the last weekend, I've been doing a lot of scoreboard watching. So yeah, I think, and the players have been too, which to me is great. We don't have to tell them the importance of what we're trying to do right now, and the players care deeply, and it's good to see them taking an interest in those things too. So yeah, I think Friday night, obviously with games starting at different times, there was a little bit of scoreboard watching, and then as quick as I could yesterday, getting on my phone to kind of check the other scores. And I think Friday we'll definitely be doing some of that. We play at 1 p.m, MC play at 1 p.m, and then the rest of the games are kind of later in the evening. So I guess that's good for us. We can get home and watch those games. And hopefully on Friday, with a win for us and some other results going our way, we can secure playoffs on Friday. So yeah, we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for some results come Friday evening. All right, appreciate your time. Go Lady Statesman.
Thank you, Coach Kane. And just a couple of reminders. Again, soccer doubleheader Friday at Delta Field against Auburn Montgomery at 1 and 3:30. And then Senior Day will be Sunday. Women's soccer will play Valdosta at noon, and men's soccer will take on Montevallo at 3:30. And then on Halloween, so on Thursday, October 31st, athletics will be hosting its annual Trunk or Treat. It's from 4:30 to 6 p.m. It'll be behind the scoreboard at Parker McCool, so just behind the north end zone, behind the scoreboard. Rain after 1 p.m. will cancel the event, so just stay tuned to our social media accounts to stay up to date on that. And again, football has a bye week this week, so no football in Cleveland on Saturday. But we do invite y'all to come out and support our soccer teams as they wrap up their regular season. And thankfully it's at home. So, again, soccer at home on Friday and Sunday. And that'll do it for us today. Thank y'all.